How is 2026 going to turn out for me if it happens to be my two personal year? Good day, lovely followers. You are all welcome to Sermon. If you want to know what an upcoming year have in store for you, the best thing to do is to take your date of birth number. Inside that date of birth number, look out for your life path number and your personal year number. Find a way to integrate the lessons of your life path number into your personal year number, and you will come up with a map that can help you navigate any given year. Let me give you a typical example of a lady called Sandra. Say Sandra was born on the 16th of March 1995, and Sandra wants to know what the year 2026 have in store for her. The best thing for Sandra to do is to look out for her life path number, which in her case is 7. Look out for her personal year number, which in her case is 11. However, 11 is a master number. That is why we did not reduce it to 2. The rule of numerology does not allow the reduction of a master number. That would be for another video. Now that Sandra knows her life path number is 7 and her personal year number is 11, this is how she is going to read into it. Sandra have to look out for the significations of 11 and 2. Reason being that before she can master the 11 personal year, she must master the activities of 2. Just because the rule does not allow for it does not mean that it does not exist. 11 is the higher octave of 2. Now let's look out for the definition of a 2 personal year. What does it mean if you are in a 2 personal year? 2 is the number of patience. It represents emotional intelligence, cooperation, relationship building, and partnership. Meaning, throughout 2026, the universe is going to put Sandra in situations where she's going to navigate, where she must navigate through those situations using at least one or two of these lessons. Sandra is going to be forced to wait. She must learn to be patient. Sandra would be put into relationships that will mirror her. So if Sandra is already in a relationship and that relationship is always having issues, the universe will force those issues to come out. And if that person is the right person for Sandra, the person will change. But if that person is not the right person for Sandra, the universe will force break that relationship. Sandra will be put in situations where she must develop emotional intelligence. Out of nowhere, Sandra will become emotionally sensitive. She is going to feel things deeply. She doesn't stay on a surface level with anything anymore. And because she's feeling things deeply, she must develop a way to navigate through those emotions without being consumed by them. That is what the emotional intelligence of the 2 personal year is about. Now, throughout the 2 personal year, Sandra will be forced to learn how to cooperate with others. She cannot force her way through things. She can't do things alone. She needs to partner with people. And if she's able to learn all of these lessons very well, the universe will reward her with a better relationship. The universe will reward her with good friends. The universe will reward her with emotional stability. And she would find herself in a position where she can create stability and peace for herself and others. While Sandra is learning and mastering the things of the 2 in 2026, she must also develop her intuition. Intuition is the ability to know things without external proof. So Sandra must learn how to trust her inner instincts. Sandra is going to find herself in situations that cannot be explained with mere logic. That is where the spiritual awakening of the 2 sets in. Sandra must acknowledge the spiritual aspects of existence. Sandra will find herself in situations where she must learn to seek spiritual guidance and higher powers. She is going to find herself in situations where she must be visionary. She must use her innovative skills to solve problems ahead of time. When Sandra is able to learn and master all of these things, her perception about life, the concept of life that she already have in her mind is going to change. And this will put her in a position where she can become a leader or play the role of leadership in any group settings she find herself. With that being said, if you are in a two personal year, patience, emotional intelligence, intuition, spirituality, and cooperation should be the main things you focus your attention on if you want to be successful and navigate through the year. Thank you all for your time and your attention. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.